Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Tesla stock closed at almost $440 per share, technically $440.01 per share on Friday. It looks really good. Now, in this video, we're going to go over the option activity that we had on Friday. The final numbers are out. We're going to take a look at what the short sellers are doing. We're going to take a look at the news today. Elon Musk dropped some pretty big news in the last couple of hours in regards to Optimus, and that's important. And generally, it seems like Tesla is starting to have this sense of hype around it, and I want to discuss that in today's episode. Now, we're also going to go over your broader market news today as well. Do me a quick favor before we jump into all of this, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Check out that link down below in the description of today's video. If you want to come join the trading community, come get involved in these under the radar AI stocks before Wall Street figures it out. You make the money when you buy quality stocks at good prices. You can make a lot of money. You don't make money if you're late, if you're wrong. So we strive to be right and early. Check it out if you'd like to. Track record is pretty phenomenal. We are beating all hedge funds and institutions year to date. Not a single fund doing better than us. So check it out. I think our return's like 180%, something like that. Down below in the description of today's episode. But with that said, let's get into today's episode. As always, let's get into your Tesla stock news today to get everyone caught up to speed. And the Tesla India X account posted on X and said the first deliveries of the Model Y in India. Congrats to our owners. India is one of those weird markets right now where it's not going to be a big market today, but like China was back in, 2018, 2019, it's going to grow into probably the largest market for Tesla. We'll have to see, but Tesla definitely has one of the early mover advantages with full-sized modern electric vehicles. So they're in a good position. Elon Musk said on X that Tesla is working hard on scaling Optimus. Now, Tesla stock has recently, seen this added level of hype with the stock. You've started to see analysts from the investment community come out with some very bullish notes, raising price targets. We had the first one was Ben Callow with Bard, raised his price target 71% into the mid 500s. Basically said Tesla is a leader in physical real world AI. Not something you had really heard too much of before, especially not from other analysts like Adam Jonas, someone like that, has talked about Tesla being a leader in real world AI. Now everyone is starting to talk about this. Okay, we've had multiple price target increases in the last couple of days. UBS was another firm. Dan Ives raised his price target to $600 per share, said that by early 2026, Tesla could be around a $640 stock. And by the end of the year, Tesla could be almost $1,000 stock. Like, you are seeing not just retail investors getting hyped on Tesla or bullish on Tesla. You are seeing institutions getting hyped and bullish on Tesla, which is not something we have had in a long time. For them to uniformly be calling out Tesla as an AI, physical AI winner or number one in that category, let alone just people being optimistic about Tesla in general, Tesla's deliveries, for an example. Now, we're going to talk about this more in the next video. Next Thursday, we are going to be getting Tesla's delivery numbers, and that is going to be a massive catalyst for Tesla. Either send us into the 500s or maybe even back into the 300s. But again, we'll talk about that more in the next video. Optimus is not something that is really seen as relevant at this point for Tesla. It's still seen as so far away from actually being a revenue adder to being a profitability addition for Tesla that Wall Street doesn't pay that much attention to Optimus. Wall Street and institutions today, they are focusing more or starting to focus more on robotaxi. But if we do get the pleasant surprise that Tesla and Elon do follow through with their earlier promises of Optimus being sold in a commercial settings next year, that is a huge catalyst for Tesla. That, think about it like this. Before Optimus is sold in, factories commercially, we're going to know about it months beforehand. So kind of like the Cybertruck, like we all knew it was going to launch, and we kind of waited for it for like a year to get the final date and all that. Same is going to happen with Optimus. And that in and of itself is going to get people very excited and help drive Tesla stock higher. I will also point out the key word here, scaling Optimus. Tesla is working hard on scaling Optimus. Not producing additional prototypes, scaling Optimus. That is important. Now, I also want to just briefly mention what we talked about for a while on this channel. Elon is back, okay? You are seeing Elon focusing intensely on Optimus to complete his compensation package. Not just Optimus, but robotaxi and other projects that Tesla is engineering currently. Elon is back. That's a powerful force for Tesla stock. And again, just to even consider, since we were at $488 per share back after the election, we didn't have the robotaxi. We had zero understanding of how Optimus was going to work. We were barely on FSD V13 at that point. Like, robotaxi was still even a concept. Now we're about to get FSD V14. Tesla Diner, pretty cool. Wasn't in existence. Now it is. There's a lot of things that have changed, okay? Just new Model 3, new Model Y, right? In the last, call it 9 months, doesn't it make sense for Tesla to be higher now than the stock was then? From that perspective, yes. So don't be surprised if Tesla continues higher here. I will even point out the RSI, get this, is not even at 70 yet. Well, it's right at about 70. It's at 69.58. So this was important. Okay, Tesla's RSI hit 81 back here when it was a $445 stock, only $5 higher than where it is today on September 22nd. Well, now you kind of fell a little bit, went back up, fell a little bit. Now you're going back up again. You had your consolidation phase. You reset the RSI lower. Now you actually have room from a relative strength perspective to get a breakout from here. The last thing you really wanted to see was Tesla make a test at 500 with an RSI already at 81 when the stock was $445. You may have got to 500, but that wasn't going to last. You were going to be due for a large reset lower. So when you see the RSI go down and the stock still hold near those recent highs, that is a very positive sign of a larger breakout. Also in the news today, Tesla continues running paid advertisements on Instagram, YouTube, and X in the US, encouraging people to order a Tesla before the federal EV credit expires on September 30th. I actually seen an ad on Facebook personally. So, they are aggressively advertising right now. Chilean energy services provider Copex Flux has announced that it has partnered with Tesla to enhance large-scale energy storage in the country, becoming Tesla's first certified service partner in Chile. As part of the alliance, Copex Flux will install Tesla Megapack batteries at the Casino small-scale distributed solar generation plant in Buin. The hybrid hybridization will provide up to 11.26 megawatts of storage, enough to power about 3,600 homes for an hour. Heisenberg is reporting on X that Prospero's AI tool says Tesla has a perfect 100 long-term score. So basically, the model's predicting that Tesla stock is going to do very well. Last week, I mean, it still looked good. Okay, short term on a technical basis, it was at 100. And long-term upside was still at 100. So it's actually looked like this for a little while now. In final option activity for Friday, you had 248 different trades totaling $423.18 million. Look at this. Positive order value of 86%. So when we reported earlier in the day on Friday, we had a positive order value of 99%. That obviously came down a little bit, but still closing at 86% is pretty phenomenal. Short interest of free float sitting at about 3%. Doesn't sound like a lot, but that is $35.5 billion sold short in Tesla. Short sellers have lost over $11 billion in just the last week or two. So they're down quite a bit. Now, the shares out on loan sitting at 13.81 million. That's down about 26% over the last 30 days. Short sellers just really don't want to be short in Tesla. They're returning their shares before they short them. Like, that makes sense given Tesla is rallying and looks like it wants to continue higher. The last thing you would want to do right now, in my view, if you were a hedge fund or institution, is be short Tesla. There's a lot of other stocks that make a lot more sense to be short in, especially heading into Thursday and the delivery number that could be really good. Now, on Friday, you did have about 482,000 shares that were covered on as well. So I expect that short sellers will start covering more, especially as we make a run to new all-time highs and then hit those new all-time highs. You are going to see short sellers really start to cover on those short positions, because at that point, it's Pandora's box where we go. Do we go to 600? Do we go to 700? Like, if you really believe Tesla is a leader in physical real-world AI as rates are coming down, as the economy is holding up, it's hard to put a cap on what a reasonable valuation is for Tesla, because it's all perspective based. If you have a 3-month time horizon or a 6-month time horizon, well, that's one thing. If you have a 5-year time horizon, buying Tesla now is a good idea. Buying Tesla at $1,000 is a good idea. Hell, buying Tesla at $1,500 is probably still a good idea, right? So the market is just so big for Tesla's AI projects. It's hard to put it's hard to say if Tesla gets to $600, is that overvalued? For some people it is, some people it's not. Keep that in mind. And that is not the same for other stocks and companies. Other companies that, were to go up 50%, you'd be able to easily say, in some cases, that makes no sense. That is a good stock to short, right? But it really depends on market size. Humanoid robots, robotaxi, the market size of that, the total addressable market is the terminology, the TAM, is just so big that if Tesla is successful, which people are starting to bet that Tesla will be successful and be the most successful company in these fields, you can't really limit Tesla's valuation in the short term. Of course, if we were to go to like $1,000 in the very short term, then maybe there's the argument that you've run a little bit too hard, a little bit too fast, but $500, $600, I don't think you can make that level of an argument. Now, in broader market news today, Lavrov, which is like the Secretary of State, if you will, over in Russia, says no one expects a return to Ukrainian borders of 2022. It would be politically blind. Lavrov says the U.S. administration is ready for open, honest dialogue. We are ready too. And Lavrov warns NATO and the EU that any aggression against Russia will be met with a decisive response. And unfortunately, we don't have a lot of other news to share today. It's been pretty slow, even for a Saturday. Specifically, I want to get new updates on, is the government going to shut down? Is that something we have to worry about Monday and Tuesday? I don't know. How far are they going to take it? How far are they going to push it? Are they going to get a last minute deal done? We have no idea. And that is something we want some clarity on. So once we get that, I will share it with you, keep you guys updated. But so far, nothing. Radio silence. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Check that link out down below in the description of today's episode. If you want to come join the trading community, come get involved with us, come potentially win with us. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a financial planner. Track record is phenomenal, but that is subject to change if the markets change. Now, I'll be hedging if things take a shit, but hey, don't be a jackass. You gotta take responsibility for your portfolio. Because I am not a financial advisor, to say that again. But come check it out. Come trade with us. Come join us if you would like to. Over 250 members now. We're busy bees trying to find the next opportunity. So with that said, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.